Hi, this is Papa Jim. I got an introductory lesson today on the electric bass guitar for the beginning guitarist. It's just a general overview of different styles of bass, acoustic and electric, and some of the equipment you might have to buy to have a bass guitar, and also why I think it's important to think about adding it to your lesson or practice regime and getting an ear for how the bass fits in a group. I have a stag bass guitar in front of me. It's a 4-string fretted bass. The bass is tuned the same as the bottom 4 strings of a guitar. E, A, D, G. Every Alaska dog gets. It doesn't have the top 2 strings. It doesn't have the B and the E. This happens to be a fretted bass. They also come in fretless. This is an electric bass. They also happen to come in acoustic. The scale length could go past 12 quite a bit. It goes to about, mine goes to 17 before it hits the body. Actually 19, sorry. When you look at this bass guitar, there's different styles of basses that you'll hear people talk about, a P bass or a J bass. This has a pickup for a P and a J. Different style of players like different types of sounds. I have 2 volume controls on this bass, and I also have a balance control in the center that lets me take the sound from the front pickup to the bridge pickup, from the neck pickup to the bridge pickup. So let's just sample that real quick. Right now I have it, let's see. I have it on the bridge. It has a thumping sound. That's kind of a cool sound. I'm going to let that A or that E ring out, and I'm going to switch it to the neck pickup. Has a little more muted sound. I only have one bass guitar. I found one. The Stag has a P pickup and a J pickup. I can swing this balance from all the way from the neck back to the bridge, or I can pick a spot in between. It gives you a lot of different sound options. This is a 4-string bass. There's 5 and 6-string basses. Depends on what you're shopping for. I was looking for a real simple 4-string bass guitar that's fretted. I had some good luck, and I found this at a music go-round, and I think it cost about $100. And behind me, if you look right behind me, I have a crate bass amp. It's about a 100-watt amp. I was lucky I found that. I think either music go-round or Craigslist, something like that. And it was around $150. And what I'm playing through right now, I'm not going to pick it up for you, but it's a 5-watt PV. It's a practice amp. That's really all you need. And those cost, if you catch them on sale, anywhere from $35 to $55 US. So if you're just adding the bass to your quiver of instruments or your lesson or practice regime, you can probably pick up a bass like this for about $100 and a practice amp for about $35 to $50. And what I think it gives you is, as a guitarist, number one, the 4 strings sequence are very similar to what you've already trained on. Number 2, all the scales work on this the same way they do on your guitar. So if you already have a small selection of scales that you know, you can apply them right away to the guitar. If you know a little bit of theory, or if you're training on theory too, you can start to accompany another guitarist fairly quickly once you pick up the bass. The strings are quite a bit stouter, so it's going to take some practice. As a matter of fact, it's really a workout for your left hand, or the athlete as I call it. Here's the artist, here's the athlete. The athlete really gets the workout on the bass. And this is kind of a subtle nuance, but what the bass also brings to your quiver of experience, or your pool of experience, is you're going to be playing the bass in a different part of the registry than the guitar player, or the keyboard player, or the brass section, perhaps, if you're in a group or get the ability to play with a group that has brass or multiple guitarists. You're going to start to hear where you fit in and where the other pieces in your group fit in the sound mix. So it makes you have bigger ears, they call it in jazz. I've heard that a couple of different times. It makes you in tune to what the other players are playing and then what you're playing. Later on in my guitar course, I talk about breaking the strings down into groups of 3. The bass set of strings, the bottom 3 strings, the mid-range strings, or a lot of people in guitar worlds play a tritone on the middle set of 3 or 4 strings, and then the top 3 strings on the guitar. I start to break them into groups of 3 and 4 as you're a more intermediate player, and it lets you also hear the different spaces we can fit in when we're playing. So anyway, long story short, quick overview of a bass. Electric bass is what I have. You can find an acoustic bass. This happens to be a fretted 4-string. The price was right. It works for me. It has both types of major pickups. You see a P pickup and a J pickup for different styles of bass players. Mine happens to have a balance knob in the center, so I can change the balance from the bridge pickup to the neck. Find some place in between. If you get to the point where you start to record on your computer or you're starting to record your music, it's nice to have a bass in your music room or studio because you can add that track quickly. And it's also nice, again, and I need to emphasize this, the most important thing to me besides just practicing on it is it makes you have bigger ears. Big ears as a player lets you hear what the other people are playing around you, and you start to see where you can fit in. And sometimes less is more, so to speak. But enjoy it. Basses are fun. It's nice to have in your studio. This is Papa Jim. Thanks for watching today. See you next week. Thanks.